Good morning, everybody. I've just realised I haven't plugged in my internet cable, which was a bit silly, so if we lose ourselves, I apologise. Okay, welcome to our 30 days of better writing habits. I'm hoping by the end of the 30 days that we all have thousands and thousands of words that we can look back on and say, wow, we wrote that. But we've got to start somewhere, and we're starting today with a blank page. Now, you may have a story in the making, you may have something already happening, and that's absolutely fantastic, but I'm starting with a blank page. So I'm inviting you along for the journey. I'm hoping by the end of our time together that we can share our successes, and our successes will all be different. Some of us will maybe achieve 300 words a day. Some of us may not count words at all. It doesn't really matter. I'm aiming for $1,000 a day, but we'll talk a little bit more about goal setting in the days to come. For today, there's nothing scarier than a blank page. So we need to get over that. We need to actually put our bum in our chairs and start to write. And I know with me, and I'm guessing with some of you as well, we have really good intentions. And yes, we're going to write. And yes, we've just got to do this, that, and the other first. And the writing never comes to the top of the pile. So hopefully we can set some good writing habits in the next little while. These little snippets will only be 5 minutes a day. So I want them to be either the first 5 minutes of your day before you start to write, or at some stage squeeze them in, just so that we can develop a bit of a routine around what we're doing. I've started a Facebook group, and I've added a few people already, and it's 30 days to better writing habits, and it's in that group that I want us to share our successes. Yes, I got 450 words done today. Oh yes, I got 2,000 words done today. And those of us that use Dragon Dictation, yes, I got 5,000 words done today. So there's lots and lots of different ways about going about this little challenge, but again, at the end of the day, it's about putting your bum on your seat and doing it. And that's my biggest pitfall, and I find it's a lot of my students' biggest pitfall as well. We love to talk about our writing, and we love to tell everybody about our ideas, but sitting down and doing it is just a little bit too daunting, and we procrastinate a little bit longer. So today's the day, guys. Please join me. Please hang around for the 30 days, and we'll see what we can create together. I've got lots of resources, I've got lots of tools, and I can help you fix the words on the page. But as I say to my kids, I can't do the writing for you. So get something on the page so we can play with. So we'll be talking a little bit about putting our critical brain to one side for the next little while and allowing our creative brains out to play. Over on my website, if you sign up to the newsletter, there is a free download, the Voices in Your Head, which is a narrative framework that Sam and I have built, my daughter Sam. And it's a guideline for narrative writing. And if you want a copy of that, either email me or sign up for the newsletter. And it takes us through the process, right from dreaming about writing a book, what inspires us, through the drafting and writing process, editing process, and out the other side to a book in our hands, which is really exciting. Now, I'm assuming that won't happen in 30 days, but I'm hoping by the end of 30 days that we actually can see a bit of a pattern to our writing coming. So we're going to keep some records. I'll certainly put out there what I achieve each day, and some days it may not be very many, but I've found that the best way to write is to have an accountability buddy. I am now your accountability buddy for the next 30 days. The people in the group will be encouraging and supporting. And if we have any questions, if we have any problems, we'll discuss it in these little 5-minute sessions. So you can shoot me any questions that you've got. So it's like a little free mini writing course, and I really love this Facebook Live. I tried to do it via blogging last year, and I got into about day 3, and I thought, this is really hard slog. So I'm doing it the good old-fashioned way. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to see where you're up to. I'm going to do it myself as well, because I need every bit of help that I can get as well. And having to turn up here with you every day is actually my accountability. So I'm going to sit here every day, and I can tell you now I've got 0 words. And by the end of 30 days, I'm hoping I can tell you I've got 30,000 words. But going from past experience, that may not happen. So at least I am holding myself accountable in front of you guys. I've got lots and lots of resources that I use. And one of the main ones that I use, and I use with my students all the time, it's, how do we get that in front of the camera? There. The Making of a Story. It's a Norton's Guide for Creative Writing. And as you can see, I drink my hot chocolate on it. And it's by LaPlante, I think her name is, Alice LaPlante. Yeah, and it is obviously a big thick book. and I refer to it all the time. I've got sticky notes all through it. When I first started out, I had this wonderful book, and I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this one. There you go, I've got to get on the right side of the camera. The Complete Artist's Way. Okay, creativity as spiritual practice. Julia Cameron is full of motivation, and she's been around for a long, long time. She's been around since I started writing, and she's, of course, very, very famous. And I talk to a lot of famous people. I just don't get to be famous myself. And the other one that I really love is Dani Shapiro. You can't go past her for motivation. Now, there are lots and lots of books out there, and everybody has their favourites. As you can see, I'm a fan of the yellow sticky notes, and my students aren't game to come to class without their little packet of yellow sticky notes to mark out the things that they like and to mark out the things that they want to remember. So I've promised that these will only stay till 5 minutes. We're already up to 6, so I have to shut up. Please open up your document, start that writing. We'll talk about tools, we'll talk about Scrivener, we'll talk about lots of things during the 30 days. But for now, let's see how many words we can actually get written. And I'll see you tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about goal setting. During the week, I've got some notes about resources and tools, and we'll work our way through some of the craft details that we need. One of my favourite is weasel words, and they always creep into our writing. But that's our critical brain, and we'll talk about that later on. Happy writing for today, and I'll see you tomorrow.